everybody, and welcome to Perspectives. It's good to have you with us today on probably one of the, well, I suppose one of the windiest days of the year. Not a safe day for small children and garbage cans. They're blowing everywhere out there. Anyway, we're glad you could make it. Our first guest today is Scott Black. Scott is the managing director for Tulsa Ballet. Welcome.
Thanks, Sam. Glad to be here.
Good to have you here. I noticed a Nutcracker on your...
Oh, yes. This time of year, it's all about the Nutcracker for sure.
That goes back, what, to the 50s?
Yeah, so the very first production, we celebrated our 50th anniversary of the Nutcracker in 2019.
Yeah.
But it's always been a part of Tulsa Ballet, which started in 1956.
Moslin Larkin and Roman Jansky played major roles in developing the Nutcracker in segments for the Christmas production, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Mr. Jasinski's original production ran for many years in Tulsa, and it has since been replaced. In 2003, we had a version choreographed by Marcello Angelini, our current artistic director.
Oh, and well.
And then in 2021, we premiered an all-new version again. This one was choreographed by Ma Kong, who used to be a dancer with Tulsa Ballet. Then he became our resident choreographer, and it also is choreographed by another gentleman who's done several pieces for Tulsa Ballet named Val Canaparoli. And it's a wonderful production, very new, but a lot of people in the area either grew up watching Mr. Jasinski's version or participating in it, because every year they had hundreds of local children involved, and we continue that tradition today.
How many children end up in the production?
This year we have over 100.
You're kidding.
They're playing everything from mice to soldiers, and it's an incredible experience. I was telling someone the other day, my sister grew up and she was in the original Jasinski version, and now she's bringing her kids to see the current Tulsa Ballet version. So a lot of people come, making an annual family tradition year after year. And it's just really, it's a special thing for the community of Tulsa because it involves so many people, but it also really allows people to come together and celebrate the holidays.
And lots of music.
Lots of great music. We have the Tulsa Symphony Orchestra perform live for every single performance. It's the music that a lot of people don't even know it is the Nutcracker, but it's on almost every holiday commercial. You hear it on the radio this time of year, and then when they come see the show, they realize, oh, that was from the Nutcracker. It's like, yes. Yeah, it wasn't just from a jewelry commercial, it was actually from the Nutcracker.
So you've got, let me see if I got this right. You've got Tulsa Symphony, you've got regular age people on stage, and over 100 children. And the children, I guess that's like, what, trying to herd cats?
Well, it's definitely a challenging job, and I'm glad I'm not involved in that because I don't have the patience that the people do. The faculty in our school help train the kids. They do weekend rehearsals starting in October. They've been practicing for months now. And it's a lot of work. A lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes before the curtain even goes up.
So let me see, and you correct me if I'm wrong. The storyline has to do with a young girl who has a dream or an idea of how life would be with romance and adventure all rolled into one.
It's all of that, yeah.
And it comes in as the Nutcracker, as seen here.
Yeah. So she attends a holiday party. It's actually at her home, and she's given a very special gift of a handmade Nutcracker by her godfather, Drosselmeyer. And that evening, after the guests have all left, she falls asleep, and then she wakes up to mice scurrying around the room. And the Mouse King shows up. And then so she calls basically upon her Nutcracker prince to save her. And so the Nutcracker comes to life and battles the Mouse King and then whisks her off to the land of the sweets, where she meets all kinds of incredible characters. They dance for her, and then she eventually has to leave and comes back home just in time for Christmas.
One of the things I've been told we have this year is we've got state-of-the-art projections and sets. Fill in the blanks on that for me, would you?
Sure. Yeah, this all new production, again, it premiered in 2021. We had commissioned all new sets and costumes. They were created by the Royal New Zealand Ballet, and they came over here on a boat. They are really, really high quality, beautiful, beautiful colors. And then, yeah, projections are something that's relatively new to the performing arts world, and we had never really done them before in ballet. So in order to help kind of showcase the magical elements of the show, there's some, huge projections in the projectors in the back that are kind of projecting onto the stage, and it really creates a very magical, fantastical environment.
Sounds to me like the whole production is still evolving and will continue to do so. Am I reading this right?
You're absolutely correct. The Nutcracker has been done for over 200 years now, and it continues to be a very important part of any ballet company's repertoire. And each production lasts, they kind of average 10 to 15 years. And so then you change it up and kind of, find a way to connect with the current new audience. And I expect that will continue to be the case with Tulsa. Marcella's version premiered in 2003, and it saw its last performance in 2019. This version's been around a couple years now. Who knows how much longer it will be around, but there'll always be a Nutcracker, I'm pretty sure, for any ballet company out there. Nutcracker will always be a part of their repertoire.
Oh, that's great news. That's great news. Have you been able to follow any of the youngsters that have performed with the Tulsa Ballet? Have they gone on to other companies?
They have, yes. We have, our Center for Dance Education trains students ages 3 to adult. And we've had several who have graduated from our school, either with our school or they've come in through a member of our second company, or Tulsa Ballet 2. Tulsa Ballet 2 is kind of like an internship program for older dancers who come in from all over the world. And they get that kind of extra experience before joining their professional career. And so they'll be here with us for a couple of years, but then they've gone on. We have over 40 graduates of that program who have gone on to dance with other companies around the world, and it continues.
Well, I've got to get a very important point in here, because, ladies, this is your fault. You are the only reason we have the arts. Am I reading this right?
Yes, that's true.
At one time, we had more millionaires and billionaires living and working right here in Tulsa, and they were all men, and they didn't have time to fool with the arts. They didn't care anything about it. They wanted to make more money. But they were richer than anyone in the world. Now, that's hard to imagine.
Yeah.
So the ladies decided, look, we need the taste of the arts, and we need it really bad.
Right.
So they organized, and all of a sudden, bang, we come in with something like the Tulsa Ballet.
Yeah, the original founders of Tulsa and other communities around here knew that the arts were an important part of developing a city, a vibrant city, because the arts are great for attracting and recruiting and retaining the best talent that they need. And it comes from, the wives of the oilmen. They knew that they were coming from a big city, so they wanted to have an opera, a symphony, a ballet company, because every great city in the world also has a thriving arts and cultural scene. They go hand in hand because they're so important to the quality of life for people that live there. They're so important to the economy. They're important to the education of the youth that grow up in a community.
That's what I would say. There's a side note to that. As the arts grew, so too did education.
Right.
And I mean, it grew big time.
Definitely.
And oilmen got behind that. They said, okay, this is what the wife wants. This is where some of the money's going.
Right.
And they didn't hold back.
That's true. One of the very first buildings was a theater in Tulsa, and that tradition, that heritage, continues. It's important. It's important for any community to embrace the arts as a vibrant part of it.
Scott, where is it? Where's it going to be this year?
It's at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, December 9th through the 23rd. Plenty of opportunities for people to come and see the Nutcracker by Tulsa Ballet.
Boy, I'd love to come over and see that. I'm going to try to break a bone and come see that this year. Hey, thank you for taking time to visit with us.
My pleasure.
And I wish you, I won't say good luck, I'll say break a leg.
Yeah. Or married is the ballet term.
There you go. All right. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Sam.
We're going to take a short break from talking about Tulsa Ballet and talk with the artistic director for Tulsa Opera. He's along next.